Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Stefan Kohler for Raw Exchange, and today I'm going to show you how to create demon eyes. If you skipped your breakfast, please skip this video as well, because it's going to be a little bit nasty, because I'm using my demon clown, which is a little bit, well, he had his breakfast. So this is the effect I'm going for, the effect on the eyes, and I'm gonna hide this layer for a second so I can show you how it's done, because it's really easy. So I'm creating a group first, and I put a layer in this, and I pick a dark color, something like that. It's nearly black, and I'm gonna fill this layer with that color. In the next step, I'm creating a black mask for this layer. So it's hiding the layer, and I'm doing this by alt-clicking on the layer mask. So it's hidden because of the black mask. What I do now is I just paint in the eye, and I hide the complete eye with this black color. I'm not going to be super precise, but I try to keep some of the hairs here, because it looks more natural if they are here and they are still visible, even if they are kind of black in front of a black eye. You never know, you might change the eye and then it's hidden. So then I'm using like something like, I don't know, 5% of flow or 8%, and I'm painting in on the red part here until it's also very dark but not completely dark, and I'm also darkening this a little bit. So this is what I'm gonna do. So this is like a transition from the real dark to the not so real dark, and it's just a hole now. I'm creating a new layer, and I pick a lighter gray here, something like that, and I make my brush a little bit bigger, and I'm creating something like a highlight here. So by resizing the brush, I can make something like a gradient, and I can create a little bit more of a 3D effect here. If this effect is too strong, I can always go back by adjusting the opacity. That's the reason why I'm doing this on a separate layer. So now I'm creating, on the created mask, I'm creating a black layer, a black mask, by clicking on the layer icon and holding the Alt key. And what I'm doing is I'm using my pen, and I use very high flow, and I'm painting over all the highlights in the image. So highlights. I don't need to be super precise here, but I want to bring them back to my image. So this here on white, I don't use them at 100%, so I'm just painting in a little bit, and it's not important to be very precise. So, and then I'm inverting the mask by pressing Command I. So I got the original highlights, got them back, and they are too strong, so I'm using a white brush with very low flow, let's say 8%, and using a white brush and just paint over them so they get a little bit darker. You can say this is a destructive way to do it, but well, the effect is so fast, so I can do it destructively. So for the second eye, I'm doing basically the same. I'm using my brush tool, and I'm just painting over the eye, over everything that needs to be hidden, So like this. And then I'm gonna lower my opacity a little bit and paint over the bright parts here. This is kind of a personal preference. I just want to make this a little bit darker as well. Then I'm gonna use some of the grays here to create a little highlight. So like this. And then I'm gonna invert the mask again and paint with a black brush at 100% with a white brush, 100% opacity on the reflections here, and then invert it again. So now I need this brush again, the white brush, and I'm just lowering this until it fits the original reflections. So that's it basically. So as you can see, there is still some 3D going on, and it doesn't look fake as as it would look like without the highlights and all, and without the gradient. So that are two very small things, and you can do it very easily without knowing much, because the highlights are actually always there, so you can create that effect very fast. I hope you had some fun, and I'm gonna see you next time.